Hi, this is Joe. Welcome back to the shop. We've moved after the demolition of the trailer, we've moved it over in front of the garage so we can have access to the welder and other tools. After looking over the trailer from front to rear, originally during the demolition video or the previous video, you saw that the doors were mounted on the front of the trailer. There was also a ramp mounted on the rear of the trailer. So after looking things over, we've decided that we're going to remove the doors from the front. We're going to move the doors to the rear of the trailer so for easy access. Because we're going to use this not only for a utility trailer but also a camping trailer, we wanted to put some doors in the rear. In the front, we're going to just put some plywood and some aluminum skin, and then that way we can put a storage box up front for camping supplies. So that means if you look at the front of the trailer, you'll notice that the front is on a slant, so the doors are much longer than they need to be for the back. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut down the doors vertically to fit the rear, and more than likely we may have to do some trimming off the sides of the doors. I'll show you the doors a little close up later. There's a lip, and that goes all the way around one side of the door, and probably that's going to be too long. We're going to have to put a center bar on the rear of the trailer so that when we open and close both doors, they can rest up against a piece of square tube. So we do have a bit more work than I originally intended, so let's go ahead and get started, and we'll see how things progress. A lot of people say when they're first starting out, what tools do I need to do metal work? And really, you only need two tools. You need a welder, of course, and you need a good grinder. And with the cutoff wheel, a flap disc, and a grinding wheel, you can pretty much do anything. Of course, after you work for a while, you want to eventually pick up some additional tools like a sawzall or something. But really, I'm on this trailer restoration. I'm pretty much doing everything with my welder, my grinder, and assorted material, and my sawzall. So that's all I brought with me. And it's going along just fine. And I don't know if you can see the lines, but when you're cutting, I'm just cutting some brackets, and I'll show you what those brackets are for. But mark them out in advance. These are not critical. They're just tabs for I'm going to weld on to mount some plywood. So mark a bunch of lines out, cut them off. It'll save you a lot of time as opposed to marking one, cutting one, marking another one, cutting one. Line them up, and then cut, save a lot of time. We have 30 brackets for plywood mounting. All the mill scale has been removed. You saw the last one I was doing with a pair of welding pliers, and the grinder with a flap wheel, and that was an 80 grit flap wheel. And then to the left of that, I have 4 brackets to mount the butterfly hinges to the rear doors. So again, I like clean metal with all the mill scale removed, and in some cases all the way down to bright metal. So we'll show you tacking the tabs on and mounting, or at least getting ready and prepping the mounting of the butterfly hinges on the rear doors.